How do you help your makeup look youthful? What does that even mean? Less powder, more blush, more mascara, but less eyeliner? Today, we're diving into that concept, and I am sharing 3 basic techniques that I like to use to keep makeup looking fresh and youthful, whatever that means to you. Also, stay tuned to the end where I will show you my foolproof tip that will absolutely ensure that you look younger. If you're new here, hi, I'm Jeannie. I'm a pro makeup artist. I live in Los Angeles. I work with celebrities, beauty brands, and everyone in between. Welcome to my channel. For the sake of time, I've already done my brows. I will link that tutorial above. For the first step, I like to create a glowing base because to me, glowing skin, hydrated skin equals youthful and fresh. The first thing I think about is the base or skin. So I'm going to start with skincare, and usually I would say find a moisturizer or find something that is good for your skin type. I really love this facial oil from Indie Lee. It's a squalene facial oil. It's very, very lightweight. So what it's going to do, it's not going to sit on the surface of the skin. It's going to penetrate into the skin and give this hydrated sort of plump appearance, and it's going to prep the skin for whatever makeup we put on top of it. Because we're starting with a facial oil, we're already starting with that glow, and we're just going to build on top of it. I know that facial oil can be tricky if you're on the oily side, but this oil is actually meant for all skin types because it penetrates the skin and it's super, super lightweight. As you can see, the dropper is pretty full. I'm just gonna take a couple of drops in my hand and then just press it. It has a really nice slip to it, but it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel oily, if that makes any sense. Like I said, I want to keep the skin really light, so we're just going to use concealer today. We're not going to use any foundation. So I'm using the Tower 28 Serum Concealer today. I have EP and DTLA. This is basically 4 and 5 on the scale of what their concealers are as far as numbers. DTLA is a little bit cooler and EP is a little bit warmer, so when I mix the two, they create kind of a perfect combination because I'm a little bit more of a neutral undertone. I'm going to mix it on the back of my hand and then place it in the areas that I need it. Taking a little bit of DTLA and then EP on the back of my hand. As you can see, you see how EP is much warmer than DTLA is. I'm not saying you have to have 2 concealers, but because I'm only using concealer and no other base, I want to make sure that I'm matching my skin tone as close as possible. And you also may have noticed that I didn't go directly from the component with the doe foot onto my face, and that's because I have so much more control if I work off the back of my hand. I'm going to take a fluffy brush. This is from Thrive Cosmetics. It's one of their eyeshadow brushes. It's actually a crease brush, and I'm just going to grab a little bit of product. I'm just going to do some spot concealing. So I definitely need it all around my eyes, including the eyelid. My nose gets very, very red. There's also marks from my glasses. I'm just gonna pull it down just to cover that redness that I have on my cheeks. By using a brush, you can really control how much product is going on your face, so then you can keep it as natural and as fresh as possible. I'm gonna take my powder puff and just buff out any hard lines. Now the other side, under the eyes. And because we use that squalane oil, this concealer is blending really beautifully into my skin. And you want to sort of pull it down and feather it down into your cheek. And that's why I have the powder puff. So it just looks like your skin. And take a little between my brows. And then we're going to go a little bit on the forehead, more in the middle. I have a couple of red spots. And then we're just going to pat. I'm a little red from where I tweezed earlier on my brows. Just want to get rid of that. And then just hitting my chin. Under the nose, because I'm a little red there too. I'm using the powder puff almost like an eraser just to blur everything together. Also, if you're a little blind like me, you have to check it in a mirror close up just to make sure everything looks seamless. To bump up the glow just a little bit, I'm using the Stila Lumiere from Sisley Paris. It's just a cream highlighter. This is my personal one, and I'm going to take it on the high points of my cheek, a little on the Cupid's bow, just a little on the bridge of the nose. I'm just going to tap it in. It's very, very subtle, but it enhances that sheen that we want to the skin. Quickly, I'm going to curl the lashes and add lots of black mascara. Taking the Rare Beauty mascara, Eyes are done. I just wanted to use mascara to keep everything really light so we can focus more on the skin, which leads us into step 2. It's not cream bronzer, which is probably what you would have guessed if you've watched any of my other tutorials, but it's cream blush. And it's a particular shade of cream blush, and I will show you why. It's the Basma Beauty Blush in Cherry Red. It's exactly what it says. It's a bright red cherry blush. And the reason I recommend a blush like this is because this kind of blush and this color actually mimics the blood rushing to your cheeks when you get that flushed look. Say you've run around the block, or you've been working out, or you've been running around, and you have that sort of flushed, youthful look. This is going to mimic exactly that. For the application of this, I would recommend either a beauty blender or a brush. I'm going to use the Expert Face Brush from Real Techniques. With this, you have a little bit more control, and then the shape of it is going to allow me to blend it into my skin and make it look seamless and like it's a part of my skin. So I have the cream blush here. I'm going to load up the brush like that. And as always, work it off on the back of my hand. So you have a little bit left on the back of the hand, and the product is really worked into the bristles, and this is where we're going to build. So think about where you naturally get flushed. Do you get flushed on your nose? Do you get flushed across your cheeks? Do you only get flushed in certain areas, like a dolly? For me, it's kind of, I'm going to take my powder puff and just soften those edges. Try the other side. For me, it doesn't look natural if I just keep the blush right here, so I'm bringing it all the way up into my temples because it looks like it's just spread across my face. I'm going to do a little bit across my nose, even though I did conceal my nose. I said it had natural redness. There is a method to the madness, I promise. And this way I can control the amount. Do you see how it looks like I just jumped rope, which I never do, but that was the first thing that came to mind? It looks really pretty and it looks natural. It doesn't even look like blush. Step 3 is also really easy. It's just lip gloss. I prefer a tinted lip gloss. No lip liner, no lipstick, just nice and easy. This is in the same shade as my cheek color. This is I'm Just Jelly. It's the CoverGirl Yummy Gloss. I love these glosses. It's a part of their clean line. They taste good, they smell good. And now for the tip that I told you that would guarantee that you look younger, Freckles. I used both these shades of Freck to create these freckles on my face. Yes, I know it doesn't make me look like I'm 12, but I think it definitely lends an air of youthfulness because freckles to me mean sunshine and fun, and all those things kind of equate to being youthful, right? I like mixing these two together because the XL is just a little bit lighter than this one. So when you mix them together, it makes the freckles look a little bit more natural because some of them look like they're faded and the other ones look more pronounced, which is actually how real freckles look because their pigmentation, they're all different shapes, they're all different sizes, and they're all different colors. I never had freckles on my face growing up. I had plenty of friends who did, and I was always really envious. And I just think freckles are adorable. In order to keep the youthful glow for as long as we can, we need sun protection. I know you probably noticed that I didn't put any sunscreen on, and that was on purpose because I really wanted to focus on skin, but that doesn't mean we can't put it on now. I'm gonna use the Coola Classic Face Mist. This is an SPF 50. I love this. I carry this in my purse. I reapply throughout the day. It's not greasy, which is one thing I really, really love, so I can reapply it throughout the day and not feel like an oil slick at the end of it. Just gonna give it a good shake and just apply it like you would a setting spray. If you give any of these a try, please let me know in the comments below. I feel like less is more when it comes to feeling youthful, hence why only using concealer. And then the blush, which just makes me look like I'm just flushing. It makes me look healthy. And then of course the freckles, which like I said, I love. I think they're absolutely adorable. If you like this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon with a brand new tutorial.